Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to do a quick little painting of some leaves. You could call, actually I'm just going to change my brush. You could actually call this silver dollars, or eucalyptus leaves, or you could just say they were made up. The reason I just changed my brush is because I want to paint some round leaves like this. And the brush I had in my hand was a very nicely pointed Princeton brush, which has a very fine point to it and does nice narrow lines, and is completely unsuitable for painting rounded leaves. I found this out the other day when I was trying to paint some rounded topped petals on a crocus, and it's like, oh, this brush is too enthusiastic. It wants to make everything pointed. And what I'm doing here is I am experimenting with ways of doing this, because you can never experiment too much, can you? So I'm just painting these circles and then dropping in another colour, more or less choosing it at random, and just hoping that we're going to come up with something nice at the end of it. I doubt it, but you never know. This brush is Drawell, and it's a little bit older, so it's lost some of its point. It's a pointless brush. Get it? Yes, pointless brush. Yes, it doesn't have a point. Oh, I don't want that. Don't want that. Try to vary the colour as much as you can, and then when it comes to putting in the stalks, use a very nice dark green or whatever colour it is you're painting. You could do this in any colour, of course. This is more or less blue. I'm just dabbing some of this out at the top here because I want some texture. And yes, I'm going to put one behind, I think. So I'm going to take a line up here. Oops, wrong brush. Round. See, it does make a difference. And these ones, we could say they're on a slightly further branch, so they are a little bit smaller. This is completely made up. This is a fantasy. Do you ever have fantasies? You know, like when you imagine what it would be like to be married to Tom Hanks. I don't spend a lot of time doing that kind of thing. Too busy painting. Okay, so let's have one coming down here a little bit. Do some that are a little bit on the side, and then you can get away with your pointed brush then, and put another round one there. I am steeling myself, I'm getting myself keyed up for the next thing, which will be spatter. Well, no, it won't actually. Put those brushes down quickly. And the next thing actually is the center vein. So we're just coming in with something sharp and scratching in the center vein. And it won't show on all of them because some of them will be too dry. But where it doesn't show, you try it out on all of them. Some of them will come dark, some of them will come light, and some of them you won't see anything at all. Some of them you'll get a part of a line. But those that don't come up at all, you can come in with a brush or a pen. You can do various things. Come in with a fine brush. There's one that doesn't have anything. This one, perhaps, no, that's got something. Not many of them didn't work. So you just put in a fine line. It can be a broken line. No, don't like that. Don't forget, you can take it off if you don't like it. My hand shook there a bit. So that didn't work, but we'll take that out. That's fine. Or you could, if it's easier, you could use pencil. This is a watercolor pencil. Could do that. That works. That gives you a nice, stronger line where you want it darker, because you're going to want a bit of variation. Or you could use a famous pen. You can use a white pen where you want it light, and these dark ones. And you could use, that one needs it, doesn't it, a little bit? Or you can use a black pen, and you might want to emphasize some of the stems using that. You could do that if you wanted to. Don't have to do any or all of the above. You can go round them as well. That's another thing you can do. Go round the leaves to emphasize them. Or you can just say, oh, well, I think I'll quit while I'm ahead and call it a day, because the cat's just come in for his tea and he wants to be fed. I like that, don't you, where it, you do the stem and it touches the leaf and it just bleeds in. This is loose painting. I think that will do. Well, you could put in a little bit more up here, and then as this dries, it will spread in a bit. So we just give it a hand there. I'm painting on, what am I painting on? Oh, this is Fabriano 50%. Cotton. Quite like that paper. It's nice and white. A lot of papers are not. Here's one I did earlier, and I did that on a Winsor Newton paper. And you can see, I think you can see, yes, you can see the difference in the colour of the paper. This is Fabriano, which is cleaner. This is the Winsor Newton, which is a little bit on the yellowish side. I quite like the Fabriano paper. And here's another one I did earlier. This is, what is that? It's Lana. Is that made by Canson? Not quite sure. And this, what's this? That's got it's arches. That's interesting actually, because I would say that in arch paper, the paint tends to be sucked in more. And I think for the modern watercolour painting style, we're probably better off with papers that don't suck it all up. So I'm going to be exploring this Fabriano a little bit more, because you can see it's still sitting on the surface. Whereas this one, when I painted it not that very many minutes ago, it, like that. Oh, I came across somebody I wanted to mention, thinking about, I said the other day about going to radio school and learning how to speak properly when you're recording yourself and not sniffing and things like that. Somebody in the comments mentioned a lady called Lauren Sergi, who is a communications expert, and she talks all about how to express yourself properly when you're talking and how to avoid sounding like you're reading a teleprompter or something like that. I don't do that. Try not to do voiceovers. Why am I mentioning this? What was I saying? I don't know. Well, you can put 2 and 2 together and make 4, can't you? Or 5 if you like. I'm sure there was a point there somewhere. So anyway, this is a quickie because our my phone went on strike and did everything out of focus, so I had to do it all again. So I will let you go. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. So bye for now, everybody. Bye-bye.